Malaki ba ang tiyan mo? Kung gusto mo na bang pumayat pero hindi mo alam kung paano? Well, don't worry guys, because this video is intended for you. Hello wonderful people! By the way, if you are new here, I'm Requirme and welcome to my channel. So effective today, I'll be sharing videos related to fitness, healthy lifestyle, and self-care. So if you're interested in any of these type of contents, please don't forget to subscribe down below and i-hit mo na rin yung bell notification so you'll be notified whenever I upload new videos here on my YouTube channel. By the way, I would like to thank my new subscribers. Thank you so much for all the support. Alright guys, so just a quick disclaimer, I'm not professional, I'm not an expert on this matter. What I'm going to share with you are just some of the tips that I've learned through my research and also based on my personal experience. Alright, so let's jump into the video. 10 tips on how to flatten my tummy or how to lose weight in general. So tip number 1 is to drink plenty of water. Yes, it is highly recommended that we drink 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. So I'm actually guilty about this because before I'm not used to drink water. So I just drink water whenever I eat something. So if I don't eat anything, then I also don't drink water. So I just made some changes on this habit because we know that how important water is in our body. So if you are drinking your regular beverages right now, you have to replace it with water because especially soda and sugar drinks are actually just full of empty calories which would cause you to bloat. Drinking plenty of water actually helps us to flush out all the toxins in our body and also improve our bowel movement. Alright, so if you find your regular water boring, like in my case, because I do not really find the regular water okay for me or sustainable for me to drink from time to time, you could also try another alternative, and this is what we call as sassy water. So what is this sassy water? It is basically just your regular water infused with some other energizing and refreshing ingredients that would also help you to speed up your metabolism and also to cut the belly fats. So examples are just some grated ginger, sliced orange, lemons, or cucumber, or you could also try fresh spearmints or fresh basil. So you just have to infuse it overnight, leave it and place it in a refrigerator, and you can have already your refreshing water the following morning. But in my case guys, I combine ginger and lemon water. So basically I just infuse it in a water and place it in the fridge for my refreshing water the following morning. Another thing guys is you also have to consider your body signs. So your urine color should be clear or light yellow for you to know that you are hydrated, because if it's dark yellow or sometimes it has odor, it means that you are dehydrated. So it's a sign for you that you have to drink plenty of water. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to eat healthier. So there is actually no secret formula when it comes to having a flat tummy friendly diet. So you just have to simply eat more healthier foods such as fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and cut on junk foods, fast foods, chips, and candies. So simply switch into this healthier food and for sure your body will benefit for that, and you will see significant change on your belly part or your stomach. Okay, so just simply ease into doing the healthier diet slowly but consistently, replacing the bad with the good. Okay guys, so how can you do this? You can just try to eat more lean proteins. So in my case guys, choices ko are fish. I also eat yung chicken breast, eggs, and beans. Ayun. And then you could also eat yung low-fat dairy products. Examples are yung low-fat milk or yogurt or cottage cheese. Just avoid those products that are high in fat such as ice cream or hard cheeses. And then you could also try to eat whole grains. For example, of course, we Filipinos really love to eat rice. We cannot get rid of that, especially me. So my alternative is to eat on brown rice because whole grains actually would make you feel fuller for a long period of time and would also help you in your weight loss and having that flat stomach. Alright? Also guys, you could eat healthier fats. Not all fats are actually bad, you know. So there are actually fats that are good for our body. Monounsaturated fats found from avocados, nuts, from olive oils, fish oils are actually good for our body. So we can consume those. You just have to avoid foods that has trans fats found from processed foods or baked goods. Alright guys, so let's move on to tip number 3. So tip number 3 is to reduce your portion sizes. So apart from eating healthier foods, you also have to consider your portion sizes, because even if you are eating the right kind of food or eating the healthier foods, if you're eating bigger or in bigger sizes or portion as compared to what is required for the day, or fat calorie intake required for the day, then you would also be able to gain more weight because you are consuming more calories in a day, right? Or you are consuming more calories in a day because of that bigger size or portion. So just consider having that go, grow, and glow foods in your plate. So in my case, I just have to ensure that I have my carbs, my brown rice for the carbs, my protein, and also vegetables. So just try to fill your plate, half of the plate, with vegetables, so that will help you in your digestion. Alright, so let's move on to next tip. Tip number 4 is to try to cut as much sugar from your diet as possible. So besides being full of empty calories, having that low sugar in our system would also help to lower our insulin level. So you have to watch out with the beverages that you take. Examples, the sodas, alcohol, juices, and especially coffees, because those actually contains high levels of sugar. So for example guys, especially nowadays, uso na yung mga milk tea, talagang mataas yung sugar po nun. Maybe if you cannot get rid of it entirely for now, maybe you can gradually lessen the intake of those beverages, because if you really wanted to minimize your waistline, to lose your weight, or to flatten your tummy, you really have to sacrifice a lot in terms of your food intake, or the choices of the food or the drinks that you take into your body. Alright, so in my case guys, if I'm craving for something sweet, I'd rather eat dark chocolate. So there is really a study that shows that dark chocolates can reduce the cravings and could also promote the feelings of fullness. So next tip is to do intermittent fasting. I'm sure that you've heard a lot of things about intermittent fasting, or IF. So intermittent fasting actually is not really a method of diet. It's actually a method of cycles of times of eating and times of fasting. So actually this is just basically the goal of intermittent fasting is to lessen or reduce the calorie intake in a day, because there is really a certain time of the day when you can eat and a certain time of the day that you are not allowed to eat. So there are a lot of variations for IF, or intermittent fasting. So what I followed is the 16-8 method or ratio. So it means that at 16 hours I'm not allowed to eat anything. Yes, and then 8 hours naman yung eating window ko. So for the intermittent fasting guys, so we have the 16-8 method. We also have this 5-2, which means that you can eat your normal eating for 5 days, and for the 2 days you are just allowed to eat 500 to 600 calories per day. And then we also have this eat, stop, eat methods, which means that you have to fast for 24 hours for 1 to 2 times a week. So regardless of the length of the fasting stage, you are really not allowed to eat anything during this period. So you're just allowed to take water, black coffee with no sugar, and tea with no sugar. So in my case, because I'm not really a coffee person, I just switch my green tea with no sugar with my lemon and ginger water. Okay, so also guys, I would like to emphasize that with intermittent fasting, I still incorporate the balanced diet and the reducing of portion sizes, because it doesn't mean that you are in intermittent fasting you can actually eat for anything you want. Yes, of course you can eat anything you want, because it doesn't really define or prescribe what food are you gonna eat during the intermittent fasting. It rather focuses on when is the time for you to eat. But in my case guys, based on experience, it would be more effective if you also follow your balanced diet, meaning you have to follow the balanced diet of eating the healthier foods with the right size or portion sizes. Okay, so next tip is tip number 6. Don't eat anything for 2 to 3 hours before sleep. Your body slows down when you sleep, which prevents your body from digesting the food in your stomach properly. So you are also much less active during the evenings or during at night, which means that your body is more likely to store calories that you consume late at night as fats rather than burning them as energy. Alright, so tip number 7 is do aerobic exercises or cardio exercises. So you need to burn the top layer of your belly fat to see changes in your body. Alright, so these cardio exercises will heat up core temperature and also improve our blood circulation, both of which will aid in acquiring a flat stomach. So just try to spend like 30 minutes a day to do some workout, but you have to ensure that you have at least 1 to 2 days of rest each week. So in my case guys, because let me share this with you. When I started with my workout in my first week, I do not actually do intense exercises right away. I just do some light exercises, arm exercises, which doesn't require any equipments, because like most of you guys, I'm also lazy in working out. Yeah, so I don't want to end up quitting early on because I feel exhausted in my early days of working out. So what I did is I just do some light exercises, and then the following weeks when I build my strength and my endurance, that's when I engage on some other exercises for my core or my abs and different cardio exercises as well. So I work out 5 times a week and I have 2 days rest. So I work out for around 1 hour because I do a lot of exercises to address the different parts of my body, because you know we cannot really spot where the fats are. So there are different areas in our body which has fat, so you have to do different workouts at the same time. But when you are just starting, you can have just 20 to 30 minutes a day. That's actually enough. You just have to consistently do that. All right, okay, so let's move on to tip number 8. So tip number 8 is to don't do fad diet, or do not never ever starve yourself. Okay, when we say fad diets, these are actually popular short-term diets which are effective. You can actually see result in short period of time, but I would tell you guys that this is actually not healthy. It will just cause some damage or some illness in your body, and you will end up, yes, of course you can see some changes for a short period of time, but this is actually not sustainable. So what are those examples of fad diets? For example, they're just doing some water diet, or shall we say different kinds of diet. I'm not really too familiar with all of these types, but basically fad diets are just not really following the balanced diet. They just eat certain type of food and do it like for a short period of time. They can see some significant changes. Basically, it looks like they are really starving themselves, and it's not really sustainable for a long period of time. So it would be advisable that you still have to follow the balanced diet, and of course do work out if you wanted to lose some extra pounds. Okay, and tip number 9 is to learn to cope with stress. So many people overeat because of stress from work, family, personal life, or different factors that causes them to feel so much stress. So this is actually a different story about stress management, but you know guys, there is a higher tendency that if you are overstressed, or if you are stressed in general, you try to eat more foods because you try to divert your stress into food, diba? So for you to cope up with your stress or to lessen the chances of being stressed, try to engage in activities or physical activities, because that would actually help you to have that positive energy or positive mood. You can actually do that like jogging, or try to engage in some other activities, for example boxing. So in my case guys, what helps me is doing this workout. I'm doing workout every day, and it actually helped me to cope up with stress. Whenever I feel stressed, I just have to work out, and it feels good whenever I feel energized after working out. All right, tip number 10 is to get enough sleep so you won't feel tired all the time. So having adequate rest helps you to relieve stress. You will feel less likely to go on an eating binge. Develop healthy sleeping habits. Studies have also shown that inadequate sleep can inherently gain more weight, so you have to get yourself to bed. Alright, so bonus tip guys is to work on your personal image and self-confidence. So many people tend to eat more food because they wanted to feel better, or because other people put them down, or they feel lonely, or simply because they are not happy with how they look. Don't do that, because we are all beautiful and amazing. As long as you accept that you are incredible just the way you are, then you are okay with a little softness in your navel region. Do not ever compare your body with that of others, because we have different body types. So you might not need a flat stomach at all. As long as you are healthy, I think that is all that matters. Alright, so also guys, before we end this video, I would like to say that if you really wanted to achieve your goal, you have to be patient. More patience guys, you know, because we cannot really expect immediate results in a healthy way. So there are actually some shortcuts for them to do that, but it's not really healthy and it's not really sustainable. So if you really wanted to get off that fat for a long period of time, then you have to follow the tips that I mentioned here on this video. And also keep in mind that some people might find it harder to obtain a flat stomach as compared with others. So it's okay as long as you are consistent in doing this, the workout, the balanced diet, then for sure you'll get your results in time. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope that you find this video informative and helpful for those who really wanted to be back in shape, also to improve your physical well-being, you know, in general, not just on your physical appearance, but also on your inner aspect as well, to have that healthy body in general. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this video helpful, if you like this video, please give this a thumbs up. That's actually for free. Thank you so much in advance. And please to comment down below if there are effective tips that you think that are very helpful for a weight loss or to have a flat stomach. That would be very much appreciated. So subscribe once again. For those who haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe down below, hit the bell notification, and we'll see you again next time. Bye. Adios.